Hello, your Royal Majesty, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. I'm also host to the most loving space on the internet, soulgarden.me. Come on down, we got office hours, we've got soul support. We're trying to unite the light. Come join my new club, Unite the Light. Or if you have a practice or a talent or anything you want to share with the Lightwork community, maybe you should join us. Email us at casting@soulgarden.me. Hope to see you there. Well, the entire planet Earth is working on their emotions this month. Everybody is moody, everyone is emotional, and probably no race as much as you. That's because when you are a Leo, the way you manage your emotions and your subconscious are the same. So if you are a person that does not connect to your subconscious, does not meditate, does not connect to your higher self, then you don't spend a lot of time working on your emotions, period. Because when you work on your emotions, you're working on this deeper sense of yourself. So in the first chapter of this transit, we were looking to identify emotional contexts that don't serve you. In other words, management, the way you manage your emotions. Do you always treat yourself like a baby? Do you always act tough but not? Are you always actually wanting to be tough but just living in the baby energy? You know, where do you emotionally set yourself up to fail? That was what we were asking the first week. And then also, what weeds do you have in your soul garden? What issues are clear? What self-sabotaging is clear? What type of past life programming or childhood programming, wherever you want to go with this, is in the way and blocking you? That was what we were identifying. So emotional responses that don't serve us and literal parts of our karma, or the weeds, the issues that wrap themselves around to childhood, what parts of those need to go? Then last week we were shopping. We had the 4th of July, there was a lot of in and out, the energy was up and down, it was kind of a crazy sea of emotion up and down, but we were looking for solutions. In your case, solutions as to where's the weed and how do I get rid of it, or solutions to, hey, when I'm triggered like this, the best way to emotionally respond to me is this, not the way I responded since childhood or since my first marriage or whatever. So looking and shopping for what might work. Now, in Chapter 3, we're going to develop a safety raft of emotion. We're going to beta test a certain emotional approach to your own inner self and also an emotional solution, plant flowers, that is the beginning of faith. So if we're going to face a weed, face a sabotage, you always date unavailable men, fine, or unavailable women, fine. That's the weed. So as we move into this week, we want to stand in an emotional interfaith that prevents any further weeds and creates faith, and also have an emotional relationship to ourselves that continues the faith after it's created. Now, on Monday, anxiety. We have an anxiety day on Monday, unfortunately. That's why I set you up with that beautiful poem. That's because we have Mars ruling the day, so there's a good chance of anxiety. Mars is the pusher, is the universe pushing you to get going. So you're going to feel this push to get going, and get going with what? Facing your weeds and stepping into this new interfaith, this new emotional management. At the same time, the moon conjuncts Uranus, so your emotions will be let down somewhere during the day. In other words, you felt like it would go this way, it doesn't go this way. You're going to see that to some degree you're narrow-minded, you are short-sighted, and that sets you up for the fall. But also it's a, hey, let's get going, let's move forward. So taking steps forward, but having to get over issues of interfaith or knowledge before you do is the mantra, I think, on Monday. Now, the moon crossing Uranus will be that explosive moment, but you can have it either way. Either you are ignorant and so things explode, or and you go, aha, I see it, or you see it and then things explode as far as what you see. Now on Tuesday, we've got a day of holding space. So after you have said inside of you, okay, that's it, I don't want to feel this way anymore, so I'm going to hold space. And I think I want to feel this way. I think I want to feel solid, or always have faith, or always feel balanced or tranquil. And also, secondly, I want to get rid of this habit I have of drawing in this, or manifesting sabotage here, or only making it 9 weeks before I screw it up. So you're really identifying and holding space of what to act on and what to be clear on. And the moon, Mars and Uranus began on Tuesday this long tug of war, which means as you move forward, Your Majesty, you're going to have to keep two things in mind. One is Mars in Libra, which is you must employ a positive attitude. You are out of time. Your mind will now either serve to completely wreck you or will serve to save you. It's up to your mind. And this is the coming to fruition of the Saturn Libra transit that we've been working on for so long. So Leos must have the right attitude. It will, Mars showing up there is going to add so much fuel to your mental fire that it will either take off or ruin, right? But you basically have the gasoline to do either. So there's a part of you that's trying to think clearly and just not derail yourself intellectually in conversation or whatever. Then Uranus in Aries says, hey, in some cases you need to innovate your beliefs. It's not your thinking, it's your beliefs. So opening your mind to new beliefs, then, okay, let's think more clearly. Or in some cases, just vice versa. I've been thinking clearly and positive, and now I'm starting to believe that life might turn out. That opposition begins on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we now hold emotional space. So you can see how the universe is working. It's take action, hold space, now hold emotional space. This is really you getting into the master shui. This is you stepping in to this new emotional faith and trying it out inside. So it's chin up, so to speak, on Wednesday, where you're trying to feel the new faith you've been working on. Now the moon is in Aries, so you are also trying to feel and believe it and get your beliefs behind it and get your life purpose behind it. So there's a lot of tuning of the inner emotional orchestra on Wednesday. Plus there's a yod. Now a yod is a very clear indication from God of what to do. It's triggered actually by the moon up in Aries, and Neptune in Pisces is also yodding into what? Mars in Libra. So what the universe is basically saying to all Leos on the earth is the recipe for Wednesday is pretty simple. You definitely want to Mars forward, move forward with your new thinking and attitude. And in order to do that, you're going to have to really feel your new beliefs, and you're going to have to be totally open to where you draw your boundaries. Stay open with boundaries, be really firm on what you believe, and move forward with the right attitude, the right message, and the right interaction, Gemini energy. That's Wednesday's lesson. Then Thursday, it's actually a pretty good day on Wednesday. Thank God the moon finally shifts. It actually did late Wednesday, depending on where you live. The moon in Taurus makes you sunny and rather professional on Thursday. And Jupiter ruling the day gives you a spin of trying things out. So this is a day where really this new interfaith feeling, we're trying it out. We're seeing how it works with the boss. We're seeing how it works with coworkers. We're seeing how it works with our legacy cohorts. Because that's what the moon in Taurus, you'll probably be testing it on. But also you're exploring new ways. It's like, oh, well, now that I'm feeling good or over my boogeyman, this means this or this means that. So really remember, no matter what's going on with career or beliefs or boundaries, it's really all about that inside work of standing in inner faith and managing your emotions appropriately. And on Thursday, you're exploring that freedom. Now you will be working through for about 10-15 days fears, okay, between upholding the new attitude, all right, and living in faith. So fears between mind and soul and karma. Karma and mind co-triggering each other, figuring out why. Anytime your karma triggers your mind or your mind triggers your karma, it is a fear behind both of them. So removing those fear blocks for a while, at least about 10 days. That starts on Thursday. Then we get to Friday. Friday is actually a good day in a big picture way. That's because we have a breakdown. Uranus rules the day. So you've been floating in this new perspective emotionally of how to manage yourself. You've been floating in this new faith. You've been floating in the emotional ideas of being away from those greedy people or away from the weeds in your life. And how's that working? Friday will tell you it's a litmus test of how it's working or not working. In some cases you were emotionally right. In some cases you might be emotionally wrong. In some cases the world did not live up to it or did not respond the way you wanted to. Did that make you not respond emotionally the way you want to? So emotions are kind of ping-ponging off of everyone on earth like a billiards table on Friday, but your lesson is to hold emotional faith, and if so, if not, why? Now, the moon is in Capricorn, so your emotions are probably using career, legacy, hopes for the future as excuses to learn this emotional faith and response. So try not to get too caught up with the illusion. It's really about that inner spiritual work, regardless of whether or not you get fired, which you probably won't, probably. Then on Saturday, breakthrough time, Mercury rules the day, so no matter what, I think we're feeling better on Saturday. You're still kind of career focused, legacy focused, at least half the day, but the second half of the day, the moon moves into Gemini, and as the moon crosses Jupiter, Leos have the opportunity to feel a new belonging. Okay, so the universe is trying to get you to feel a new belonging. Oh, I never felt what it was like to be part of the team. Oh, I never felt what it was like to be on my own. Oh, I never felt like this. These are all new options of belonging, which is a big part of this year's expansion. So on Saturday, you're feeling maybe a new belonging. Those are breaking free. It's a sunny, partly sunny, and social feeling on a personal level. But of course, what is it really about this month? It's about getting clear on, okay, where do I need to emotionally stand? Where do I need to face my my demons and my weeds? And there's something about your belonging in the world that helps you do that on Saturday. On Sunday, it's Love Fest Day, the most powerful day of the month to give and receive love. Now, what's going on is the moon is crossing over Venus, And so we are opening emotionally to giving and receiving. That literally comes down to good, loving feelings of giving and receiving. So Love Fest Day is the one free spot God universe gives us just to chill out and feel good. Yours will likely be social, so it's possible you will give and receive socially. You will receive socially, you will give socially and feel received. But what's happening is you are breathing on a greater I belong level when the moon crosses over Venus, and you're feeling like you belong more. You might be feeling like you don't belong where you are, but that's okay. That's also the same awareness of knowing you belong somewhere else. So no matter how you feel on Love Fest Day, love yourself and tell everyone you love that you'll love them. Okay, Your Royal Majesty, that wraps up a 7-day forecast. Good luck with all that. We're stepping into our master shui. I will see you in 7 days, and until then, live, love, be.